what a ceiling fan is. What a ceiling fan does is that it pushes the air in the room downward, which leads to the creation of a downdraft. Now, this downdraft leads to the circulation of the air of the room. This circulation of the air leads to an indoor breeze, which results in the substantial cooling of the room. So, today our main focus will be the electrical components of the fan, which makes the working of the fan possible. So, first we are going to discuss the working of the fan, and then we are going to discuss the regulating of the fan speed. A basic ceiling fan. Now, in a ceiling fan, what creates a downdraft is the blades of the ceiling fan, and the motor here results in the moving of the blades of the ceiling fan. Now, we are going to discuss this motor in detail. Ceiling fan uses a single-phase AC induction motor. A single-phase AC induction motor, just like any other motor, converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. This motor mainly consists of two parts. First is the stator or the static part, which is a winding of coils which produces magnetic field when AC current is passed through it. The second is the rotor or the rotating part, which moves due to a torque produced by the interaction of the current passing through the coil and the magnetic field produced by the main winding. Now, what makes this motor different from any other AC motor is that the electric current which is necessary to produce the torque on the rotor is acquired by the means of electromagnetic induction from the magnetic field of the main winding. Now, the issue with the motor we discussed just now is that this induction motor is not self-starting. If the rotor has an angular velocity in a particular direction from the beginning, the torque on the rotor by the winding will be non-zero and it will keep on rotating in a particular direction. But in the beginning, when the rotor is not rotating, the net torque on it will be zero. So there will be no initiation of the rotation of the rotor. So to counter this situation, we use another circuit. Now, in this circuit, we have an auxiliary winding connected to a capacitor. Now, when the current is passed through the main winding and through the auxiliary winding, we get a net resultant magnetic field in a particular direction, which initiates the rotation of the rotor. Once the rotation of the rotor is initiated, even if the current through the auxiliary winding is stopped, we have an angular velocity in a particular direction, so the rotor will keep on rotating. So this is the reason when the capacitor or the starter of a ceiling fan fails, we have to manually initiate the rotation of the fan. As soon as the rotation is initiated, the fan keeps on rotating.
The day or the weather around us, we might want to operate the fan at different speeds, which is why it is very important for us to discuss the regulation of fan speed. Now, as we have seen before, the rotor, the action of the rotor depends very strongly on the magnetic field produced on it. So how can we vary this magnetic field? This magnetic field can be varied in three different ways. We could change the voltage drop across the stator, we could change the frequency of the voltage signal in the stator, or we could change the number of windings in the stator. But it is not practical for us to regularly change the number of windings in the stator, and we receive a very standard frequency of 50 Hz in India, so that can't be varied too. So the only option is to change the voltage drop across the stator. So now we have two main ways to do this. First, using a resistive control or a capacitive control. So coming to a resistive rheostat control. So let us have a look at this circuit. We have the input voltage of 220 volts and 50 Hz, the motor, and a resistive connection. So when the knob is set to 1, we see that the resistance in the circuit is maximum, which means that the voltage drop is mostly across the resistors and very less across the motor. In this case, the speed is a minimal. And when the knob is set to 5, we notice that the resistance in the circuit is less and most of the voltage drop happens across the AC motor. In that case, we receive a very high fan speed. Approach is a capacitive control. It is very similar to the previous circuit we saw, with the resistive part, resistance being replaced by a net capacitance. Now this works in a very similar way. The capacitance is varied, which varies the voltage drop across the AC motor. But what makes this method more efficient, is that the capacitor has nearly no power loss through it, which makes this method a much more power efficient method and also gives us a better power rating of the circuit.
Concludes the video for working of ceiling fan, and I am Arshdeep Singh. This is Rupesh Kumar Sanklar and Ishan Balachandra. Thanks for watching.